Hello guys, today I'm gonna talk about this bad boy here. Is my pedal that I call it Amp Selector. I will show how I did this pedal, and also I'll make a modification that I will show in this video. So let's talk a little bit more about this pedal, what it does to my signal. It's a kill switch. So every time I hit the button, I cut the signal for or my guitar 1 or my guitar 2 or the bass. So I have two LEDs for each section here. One is green when the signal is passing through, and the other one is red when the signal is cut. Here we have 6 jacks, and one is input and the other one is output for each section. So it's very easy to do, and I didn't found anything like this in the market, so I built by my own. The current way that I assemble this pedal is with normal foot switches. That is like a latch mode. So every time I click here, the signal is cutted or it's turned down. I will make a modification by the end of this video to replace this foot switches by one that they call a smart foot switch by LEHLE, and I will be capable to do two functions here. Have this latch mode when I click and the signal is turned on or off, but I will have also another way to use this pedal, that is a momentary foot switch. What it means that if I stay with the foot pressed on the foot switch, it will cut the signal. So my plan is to do this modification to be easy to play songs like, I don't know, Little Monster, that I can, instead of clicking to cut the signal every time for the solo, I can just put my foot and hold when I want to cut the signal. So I think this will decrease a lot how many times I have to hit the switches. And also I will show you how I did this one. I will open here and show all the guts of this pedal, so you can do your own pedal if you want. I will show the easy way, that's how I did this one, and also in the end of the video we will be able to see my modification to this pedal. I will compare how many times I have to hit this button to play Little Monster. So let's open this bad boy. So guys, like I said, here for each section there's a foot switch, there's a green LED here, and there's a red LED here to indicate if it's on or off. And here you have the 6 jacks. The first one is input, output, input, output, input, output. Let's open. So what you need is 6 jacks, 3 foot switch DP/DT. I used 6 LEDs, 3 are green and 3 are red. A power plug here to have power. Also, I want to remember that if you don't want the LEDs, you don't need to use the jack, because it's a through bypass pedal. But of course, it's good to have the LEDs so you can see if it's on or off. One thing that you can do is use only one LED. Probably to make the modifications that I want with the new foot switch, I will have to use only one LED because of the PCB for this foot switch. Since here is a mechanical switch, I could use 2 LEDs to indicate. I will talk about only one section here because it's like 3 times. The same thing that you do in one section, you will do in the other ones. So let's start. How does this switch works? in these two poles here is the neutral position. If the switch is on, is connecting these two poles, and if it's off, is connecting these two poles. If you hit the foot switch, we'll connect these two, and if you hit again, we'll connect these two. Every time it's going here or it's going here. So since this two poles here is the neutral, you will connect the input here and the output here. If you don't need the LED, will be just it. Here it's neutral, and when you click here, it's connecting to output, make the loop, and if you click again, will be here. There is nothing connecting here. So every time you don't have a connection on the one pole of the foot switch, you have to do the ground. Here, if you see, every part of the foot switch have this ground on the power jack. So it's very important that you put the ground on every connection that you're not using, because if you don't use the ground, you will have noise when the pedal is turned off. I'm not an expert to explain how this works, but you can just like replicate what I did. So I will try my best to explain what I did. Again, you will pick the input jack with a cable and weld here. The output you weld here. Also, you have to ground these other plugs that you're not using. So to use the LED, when is green, that is turn on, will be here, because when the signal is passing through, it's in this pole, these two poles, as I explained before. So you want to have the green LED connect here. And when the signal is off, cutting the signal, you want to have the red LED connecting here. So imagine that these three poles is for sound, and these three poles is for the LED. So you don't have any LEDs here because it's the neutral position. You will have the green LED here because the signal is passing through. And when the signal is cutted, you have the red LED indicating that the signal is cutted. Because you don't have any connections here and here, because there's no LED to the neutral position, and when the foot switch is turned off, also you don't have any cables connected here. You have to ground it. I grounded all these jacks here when there's no connection, passing through the power jack here, and also in these two poles for each foot switch is also grounded. But you also can do with cables, will be maybe even better. Also, you can see that I put a resistor here for each LED because I assembled this pedal without the resistor, and the light of the LED was too bright for my taste. So I put this resistor, and the light became a little bit comfortable to look at. So as you can see, it's not like very hard to do. Again, I'm not an expert on electronics, but I saw some diagrams on how to do it, and I tried to do it myself, and it worked. So you can try to replicate this if you want, and I bet you achieve the same results that I have. Also, it's important to remember that if you have paint on the enclosure like I have here, it's good to sand when the screws have contact with the metal to have a proper ground and avoid noise. So now I will rip off these connections here, and I will try to make this upgrade on this pedal. Let's do it. That's it, guys. The pedal is cleaned for receive my modification. In this modification that I will do, I will have to make another hole here in the center. I will use only one LED because this new PCB for this foot switch is only for one LED. So my plan is to make a new hole here in the center and cover these holes here. Yeah, so that's it for now. I will return soon. So guys, a few days passed and I just received what I bought. That is 3 switches from LEHLE. That is the smart switch that I mentioned before. There's this small PCB. Other thing that I did also is for this modification, I will have to use only one LED for each section. I had to cover the other holes and make a new one in the center. So what I did is I create this kind of plastic screws in a 3D print to look better. Let's start the modification and I hope it works. Let's do it.
Swagger down the street with your red lips and funky beat. You better hold your head up to the sky. I'm gonna roll with you till the day I die.
So guys, we finished our modification to have the smart foot switch. If you see here, there's a 3 PCB controlling all these 3 modes. I replaced the LEDs to new ones. Also, as I mentioned before, since this PCB is only compatible with one LED, I had to make a new hole for the PCB, and also I 3D print these little covers here. Yeah, and it's working. It's kind of simple setup to do it. It's not that complicated, but it's a little bit harder to do in comparison to the mechanical foot switch. Now I will play the solo of Little Monster, and we will compare before the modification with the mechanical foot switch, and now with this modification with this momentary function, and we will see the improvement and how many times I will have to hit the foot switch before and after the modification. So let's see. So that's it, guys. We saw the comparison between the mechanical foot switch versus the smart foot switch by LEHLE. And for the solo of Little Monster as example, for the mechanical foot switch, I had to hit 16 times the foot switch versus the momentary function on this smart foot switch. I had to hit the foot switch 8 times. So yeah, 50% less hits on the foot switch. That's a lot. So thanks for watching. I hope you can do your pedal as well. And the mechanical foot switch will work as well. But I want to upgrade this pedal, so I did it. Thanks for watching. If you enjoy my video, please make sure to subscribe, press like, or write a comment. Let me know if you had any doubts on how to do this pedal, this modification, or if you want to see more videos about this kind of content. That's it. See ya!